Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan, and I teach Ielts here in Lahore and I teach Ielts online all over the world. Once again, I welcome you guys to my Ielts vocabulary video in this, audio, actually, it's a podcast. So I welcome you once again to my Ielts vocabulary podcast. In this podcast, I am going to teach you some words and phrases along with sentences, and you can use this vocabulary in your Ielts writing as well as in Ielts speaking. The topic which I have chosen for today, that is causes. In speaking part 3 and speaking part 1, you have to give the reasons for your answer. So I'm going to give you a variety of words, phrases and sentences which you can use whenever you are going to talk about causes, the first thing. Second, you can use this in your Ielts essay writing, especially if the type of essay is cause and effect, or we call it problem solution essay. So in problem solution essay, you can just use these causes and the effects, and overall this is going to be very good for your English language as well. So guys, let's take a start. We've got effects, give reasons, linking parts of sentences. That's what we're going to learn. We're going to see to cause something to happen, ways of saying that something is caused by another thing, to be one of the things that can cause something to happen, and something that causes another thing to happen. These are the things which we are going to learn. Now let's take a start with to cause something to happen. So we are going to see if something happens and there is a cause behind that. For that we can use the verb make, and make is a transitive verb. It means to make something happen or make someone do something. For example, plants need light and heat to make them grow. Plants need heat and light to make them grow. To make them grow means for the plants, they need that to make themselves grow. He was good at making people laugh. To make people laugh actually means make something happen. So he was good at making people laugh. I am also good at making you guys laugh, huh? Okay. The next is the government's economic policies made it unpopular with voters. Made it. It means government. The government's economic policies made it unpopular with voters. So this is the first use, and it is to cause something to happen. Next is inventions such as the washing machine have made people's lives a lot easier. Washing machine, for example, you can say inventions such as the washing machine have made people's life a lot easier. Okay, study note grammar. Don't say make somebody or something to do something. For example, don't say what makes young people to commit crime. You are not supposed to use to. Simply say what makes young people commit crime. So just remember, do not use to. For example, if you say what makes young people to commit crime, so to should not be used. Now, let's move on. Cause is a verb. It's a transitive verb. It means to make something happen or make someone do something. So, smoking causes cancer. Present simple tense. Smoking causes cancer. The lack of rain is causing problem for farmers. Lack of rain is causing. The crisis caused oil prices to go up dramatically. Now this is actually the past tense. The crisis caused. At first, the news caused people to panic. Okay, so this is how you can use cause. It is a transitive verb. Okay, study note grammar. Cause is often used about bad things. For example, high-fat diets can cause heart disease. And cause is also often used in scientific and technical descriptions when saying that something has a particular effect. For example, the heat causes the ink and powder to mix together and an image is formed. Okay, I think they're talking about printer. Cause is more formal than make. So you've learned two verbs. One is cause and one is make, and cause is more formal than make. Next is lead to. Now, by the way, guys, you can use this in essay. You can use these phrases in your reports and in conversation in IELTS speaking as well. Lead to is a verb. It is intransitive verb. It means to start a process that later makes something happen. For example, the research could eventually lead to a cure for many serious illnesses. Clear? Now these type of sentences can give you very good bench score in IELTS writing. Overfishing has led to a collapse in the number of tuna and cod in the Atlantic. Tuna and cod are two genres of fish. So, cutting spending budgets will inevitably lead to poorer quality public services. Okay, so cutting spending budgets will inevitably lead to poorer quality public services. Now, the next word which we can use for causes, that is result in. Result in is basically a phrasal verb. It means to make something happen, especially something bad. Many household fires result in death or serious injury. Low levels of vitamin D can result in a softening of the bones. The trial resulted in Oscar Wilde being sent to prison for 2 years. Okay, Oscar Wilde is a very famous writer. So result in, results in, resulted in, this is how we can use it. Next is create. Create is a verb. It is also transitive and it means to make a condition, situation, problem or feeling start to exist. So, in the novel, McEwan creates an atmosphere of menace. Science and technology often create more problems than they solve. See that? The use of create. Next is the coach. The coach's job is to create the conditions for success. So this is the verb create. Let's go on. The next is bring about. Bring about is a phrasal verb. It means to make something happen, especially a change or an improved situation. The war brought about enormous social change. So far, all attempts to bring about peace have failed. Bring about means to make something happen. Like we say, do wajah banna, like that. Next is give rise to a formal, it is a formal phrase. Give rise to a. Now you can use all these phrases and you always need a variety of phrases for your IELTS. So this is going to be a very good variety. Give rise to a. It's a formal phrase. It means it is used when an event, action, etc. makes a feeling or problem start to exist. Okay, now let's just go on. Poor performance in exams can give rise to depression and even thoughts of suicide. Next is the announcement gave rise to violent protest in the east of the country. And drinking unfiltered water can give rise to health problems. Understand? Is that clear? Okay guys, let's just go on. We've got many other phrases to learn. Generate. Generate is a verb. It's transitive. It means to make a feeling start to exist and grow among a large group of people. For example, interest, generate interest. Very good example of collocation. Generate support, generate a demand for something. The trial generated a lot of interest in the media. Japan's economic success generated a huge demand for luxury goods. Next, be responsible for. To be the person or thing that makes something happen. The Human Rights Panel concluded that the military was responsible for killings, torture, and other abuses. These particles are responsible for making new protein molecules. Next is set off. Set off is a phrasal verb. It means to cause something to suddenly happen, especially fighting, protests, or debates involving a lot of people. The killing of Martin Luther King set off a wave of rioting across the USA. The program set off a national debate about children's school meals. So, the phrasal verb set off, it means to cause something to suddenly happen, means to reason something. Next is trigger. Trigger is a verb, transitive. It means to make something suddenly start to happen, especially a bad situation such as a crisis or a war or a medical condition. The First World War was triggered by a series of events, beginning with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo. That's right. Okay, and certain foods can trigger allergies. If oil prices keep rising, this could trigger an economic crisis. Okay? Alright, so I'm sorry this video is getting longer, but actually you are learning new words and new phrases. So let's go on. Now we are going to learn two ways of saying that something is caused by another thing. Be caused by. Many illnesses are caused by stress. I repeat, many illnesses are caused by stress. Almost half of all accidents are caused by speeding or driving too fast. So, is are caused by. Next we have be the result of or result from to happen because of something else that happened or was done. He said the success of his company was the result of hard work by all the staff. Greenhouse gases are the direct result of pollution from cars and factories. Next is meningitis results from an inflammation around the brain. I don't know the right pronunciation of it. Meningitis. Meningitis results from an inflammation around the brain, and these conditions result from a combination of economic and social factors. Next is arise from. Now, arise from is basically a verb. It is transitive verb. It means if a person or a serious situation arises from something, it starts to happen because of it. Now, let's use it in the sentence. A number of problems arose from the breakup of the former Soviet Union. People are now much more aware of the dangers arising from asbestos dust. Okay, it's the type of dust, asbestos dust. Stem from. Stem from is a phrasal verb. It means if something stems from another thing, it develops from it, and there is a direct link with it, even though this link is not always immediately obvious. His emotional problems stemmed from an unhappy childhood. Stemmed from. See that? So good words. The present difficulties stem from the recession and the collapse of the housing market. So, stem from. Alright guys, let's go on. Next we've got number 3, to be one of the things that cause something to happen. So, play a part. You know, sometimes people play a part in your life, or you play a part in something. So if something plays a part, it is one of several things that causes something to happen. Okay? Now, no one knows exactly what causes the disease. Genetic factors are thought to play a part. Understand? Genetic factors are thought to play a part, means they played a role. Okay, next, the rioting in the capital played a major part in the collapse of the government. Played a major part means played a major role. Next, be a factor, to be one of several things that affect something. Be a factor. It means to be one of several things that affect something. Public pressure against nuclear power was definitely a factor in their decision. Is that clear? Good. The parents' influence is a major factor in a child's progress at school. It means it is a very important factor. Now, let's move on. The next one is contribute to. Now, all these words and phrases can be used in speaking, in writing, so they are very good. Contribute to is a verb, it is intransitive verb. It means if something contributes to a situation, it is one of the things that cause that situation to happen or become worse. But it is not one of the main causes. I mean, it's not one of the main causes, but it only contributes, means it plays a little role. For example, methane gas is known to contribute to the greenhouse effect. Television often gets blamed for contributing to the decline of family life. But now I would say it's the mobile phone, okay? Mobile phone often gets blamed for contributing to the decline of family life. Passive smoking could contribute to the development of respiratory diseases among non-smokers, okay? It is acknowledged that unhappiness is a contributing factor in the development of certain illnesses. Contributing factor, contribute to. So these words and phrases are extremely useful, guys. You have to learn them, okay? Alright, let's go on. Next is cause. Cause is a noun. It is countable. Scientists are still trying to find the cause of the disease. Investigators have visited the scene to establish the cause of the accident. Establish the cause, find the cause. Very good examples of collocations these are. It means find out what the cause is. Polluted water is one of the major causes of death among young children in some countries. Major cause of. Find the cause of, establish the cause of, major cause of. Let's go on. Almost certainly, the underlying cause of the war was the need for oil. The most important cause, even though it is not immediately obvious. Underlying cause, okay? Next is, Scarman was in no doubt that the root cause of the writing was, Scarman was in no doubt that Scarman was in no doubt that the root cause of the writing was unemployment and poor living conditions. Okay, there is some problem with this sentence. Let's read it like this. No doubt, or you can read it from there. The root cause of the writing was unemployment and poor living conditions. So the most important cause. Now guys, you've learned find the cause of, establish the cause of, major cause of, underlying cause of, the root cause of. With cause we learned 5 to 6 collocations. Let's go on. The next one is factor. Factor is a noun. It is countable noun. It means one of several causes of a situation or condition. The research tried to identify the key factors. It means most important factors. Key factors means most important factors affecting economic change. The committee studied a wide range of social, economic, and environmental factors. Studies have shown that alcohol is a contributory factor in 10% of all accidents in Britain. It is one of the things that causes accidents, often in combination with other things. Contributing factor. Next they say, cost is often the deciding factor when choosing any product. Means the main factor that makes you choose to do something. So we learned key factor, social factor, economic factor, environmental factor, contributory factor, and deciding factor. Okay, the last is here, origins. Origins is a noun. It is plural. The first causes from which a situation, condition, etc. has developed. Origin of something. The book describes the origins of modern science, means from where modern science came from. The book describes the origins of modern science. The origins of Sudan's debt crisis go back to the early 1970s. For some patients, understanding the origins of their fears is a long and painful process. The origins of. Next, the dispute between the two families had its origins in the Battle of Wakefield. Okay, after origins, now we learned about origins, the origins of, then we learned it's all about the origins of. Okay, next is source. Source is a noun, it is countable. It means something that causes something else to develop, for example, a disagreement, a feeling, or an infection. Housework can become a major source of conflict between couples. The fact that the two words are so similar can be a source of confusion. Further study was necessary to identify the source of the infection, source of conflict, source of confusion, source of the infection. So these are the collocations you must learn and use. Last but not the least is root. Root is a noun. It is countable. It means the original and most important cause of something, especially a problem. They failed to get to the root of the problem, means discover the main cause. Root of the problem means main cause of the problem. Bad experiences in childhood lie at the root of many psychological disorders. They are in the main cause. So lie at the root of means they are in the main cause. So guys, did you enjoy? Yes, that's lovely. I'm sorry this video went on for quite some time. But anyways, you learned so many words and phrases. And by the way, these words and phrases are going to be very good for you. If you like this video, hit the like button. What are you waiting for? And don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you are already a subscriber of my channel, thank you very much, guys. I'm thankful to you. I also teach Ielts online. If you want to join my online Ielts classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.